We have 22 tracks in this year's calendar, and 7 of them are street tracks. Don't say Australia is not a street track, it is. This means 1/3 of a season we are watching cars going behind each other waiting for a DRS zone. I know, that sounds a little bit depressing, but...
Unit for the two of them, but it's DRS for Hamilton, and the mistake at 16 opens the door. Hamilton feeling the need to jump across and defend.
That was lap 20. You know what happened after? Nothing. If you went to coma on lap 20 and you suddenly woke up from coma on lap 59, you wouldn't even realize that you were in a coma in the first place. That's how boring it was, and that's why we need these 5 tracks back in F1. Let's start. Number 5, Indianapolis. If we already don't have a choice and we must have thousands of USA races in a calendar, wait, why do we need 1,000 USA races in a calendar?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that part of racing. Why Indianapolis? First, it is in the USA, so the money part is covered. Second, there are a million places on that track when you can put a DRS zone. And third, well, the track is actually fun to race.
Lower corners, this could be the lead going for Hamilton. Alonso senses an opportunity. They are side by side down the pit straight in Indianapolis. The two teammates, you could put a cigarette paper between the wheels. Hamilton holds his nerve, but Alonso is on the warpath.
Number 4, Nürburgring. Do you remember any boring races from Nürburgring? It just can't happen. First, let's look at the race start. The first corner is so easy to overshoot. The whole first sector is tricky to drive. Tires don't last too long on this track, and that means we have more pit stops, more overtaking, more space for errors, and more fun. Now, let's see the last lap of that same race.
Fantastic finish to a Formula One race. Raikkonen is under real pressure. There goes the tyre, let's go. He just misses the VAR. And I said he should have pitted. I told you he would have got a podium if he pitted.
What about 2007?
Fernando Alonso, and he not only takes second place, he's fighting for the lead. They run very wide indeed. Are they all going to get round this first corner? This is absolutely fundamental, and it looks as though they will, and they have. No, there's a big spinner. The two BMWs. This is ideal as far as Ferrari are concerned, because it's Raikkonen in the lead. It's Felipe Massa has fought his way up into second place ahead of Alonso. It's the Renault and David Coulthard as a right-hander at the bottom of the course, and Lewis Hamilton is limping him. And it's Washington, and they're running off. There's one of the Hondas gone off. I think it was Jarno Trulli is 5th. Mark Webber has held his 6th place, and Raikkonen runs wide at the chicane and comes into the pits. Raikkonen and Massa and
tiptoeing round. I haven't seen him. I don't know where he is, but it must be so difficult. He's shown as the leader at the...
Jenson Button in the Honda, who was in 5th place, is out of the race, climbing out of the car. He has spun off, and the spiker goes straight into the tire. Hamilton is off at the same corner as Jenson Button. Yeah. This race is turning into the one just like Silverstone, and they're flying off. There's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars off at the corner.
Number 3, Magny-Cours. First of all, Paul Ricard, track that we had last couple of races in France, is just a cripple when we compare it to Magny-Cours. What is this? Is this a labyrinth? Do I need to save a princess where I found my way out? Oh no, this is a Pac-Man playing field, and now it makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't. I'm not even going to talk. Martin Brundle will tell you.
This is a pressure lap with Renault at their home Grand Prix. Down to turn 1, he's going to shift up right on the apex, full throttle, no problem, thread the car through the small chicane for the heavy braking zone of Adelaide Hairpin. Down 5 gears to just 50 miles an hour, lean on the curb on the exit, try to minimise the traction control, but focus on the Imola chicane, 170 miles an hour, swoop down the hill, cut the chicane if you can, and bring it to the left-hand side for Chateau d'Eau. Wow, I've never seen a car turn in so well. There's room to breathe on the exit initially, but then it tightens. Call the chiropractor, the last chicane curbs. Ow!
Number 2, China. When you talk to an F1 fan, like a real F1 fan, not a Drive to Survive a girl, and you ask them what is the track you miss the most in F1, you know what they're going to say? China. First of all, first sector in China is one of the most difficult sectors ever made to drive. It is so tricky and it looks simple. Just look at the start.
Ricardo, and also from Sebastian Vettel. Now, Kimi Räikkönen, I should say. Vettel just under a bit of pressure from Bottas going through. Almost contact there as Bottas has to go wide and Fiat slips in on the inside of the two Ferraris have crashed.
Of course, two Ferraris crashed. Molto bene. Bravo ragazzi. Where was I? Third sector. Third sector is one of the fastest sectors ever made, and it has a huge braking point right before the last corner of the lap, where we had one of the greatest moments in F1 history.
Oh, he's locked up. Big lock up. Where does that leave him on the way out?
Oh, Verstappen on the inside of Vettel, they have touched!
Max.
That was inevitable!
By the way, my friend is a Toro Rosso mechanic, and after Buemi accident that we just saw, I asked him what in the earth happened there. Fun fact, it was a mistake back at the factory, so actually they had to change like half of the car after the accident. But that's not important right now, because now is the time for some tears in the eyes of Hamilton fans. But I have to show you this one just to prove how good this track is.
The pits anyway, comes Lewis Hamilton, he goes straight on into the gravel trap. Can he keep the wheels spinning? Can he get some momentum going? No, he can't, it's all going to get...
And now, ladies and gentlemen, dogs, cats, parrots and leprechauns who watch this video, it is time for number one.
Barrichello blocks him off, and Barrichello and up into second place, but now spinning it goes Ralf Schumacher. Is anybody going to hit him? Ralf Schumacher made a terrific start, but he's lost it. Spins the car round from 18th, and it's Panis, Olivier Panis, despairingly out of the race. You can see from his body language that he's pretty fed up about something. Replay of Schumacher in the lead and Barrichello behind him.
I believe they went off probably initially on some oil from Panis's blown up BAR Honda. One Ferrari following the other through the gravel traps. That's caused a few heart attacks back in Maranello.
Harold Frentzen, and in they come for rain tyres. James Allen. Wait for the safety car to come round to try to tell you logically and clearly about what is happening here. So you should look at his rear wheel spinning. He's beached the car for us.
Well, the $10 million question now, of course, for these teams is who do they bring in first? Who do they serve first? Particularly McLaren. We've got two equal drivers. Who's going to get the tyres first? Is it going to be Häkkinen or Coulthard? From the body language of Ron Dennis, it's going to be Häkkinen, would you believe?
James Trulli is off. Jarno Trulli has gone off the track. You've just seen him. He was the man who was leading the race.
A scan, and they're not able to get round on their slicks. They're obviously aquaplaning off the road. I think Fisichella's the one who's going to gain most out of this. I believe he's ahead of the safety car and will come back round behind the pack. Cars off everywhere. But no. We've got one Ferrari in the pit then, and Michael Schumacher is having to wait to see Barrichello serviced first. Michael Schumacher is parked up line astern behind the Ferrari of Barrichello.
And there is Montoya well and truly off the track in the Williams. You've seen...
What on earth's going on down at Ferrari, James? They still haven't got any tyres on Barrichello's car. This looks like we had back in Nürburgring a year or so back, where they just do not appear to have any tyres ready.
Well, look at this. This is a powerboat race. It's not a Formula One car race. As out of the pits after 1 minute and 12 seconds goes Rubens Barrichello.
Just look at the track. It looks just like China, but better. Not China as a country, that's terrible. China as a track. Two big DRS zones, a lot of fast aerodynamic corners. Track is so wide that you can overtake basically in any corner, and mixed weather is just a normal thing in Malaysia, so everything is unpredictable, like this video for example.
Into the pits anyway, comes Lewis Hamilton, he goes straight on into the gravel trap. Can he keep the wheels spinning? Can he get some momentum going? No, he can't, it's all going to get...
I had to play this one more time just to piss off Hamilton fans. By the way, I like Hamilton as well, so buying a sniper and killing me won't solve anything. If you like this video, buttons are below. Feel free to click it, abuse it, and break your keyboard while doing it. And I will see you in the next video, dear friends. Cheers.